If you're new here, my name is Sara and I'm a product designer and content creator from Italy based in Brighton, UK. Before we get into the pros and cons of small versus a big tech company, let me give you a little overview of my career journey so far. Before we get started, I want to introduce you to the sponsor of today's video, which is our friends over at Dribbble. My Instagram friends probably know by now, but I'm a big fan of Dribbble. Still, if you don't follow me on Instagram, Dribbble is essentially a community for designers to share their work and make connections in the industry. They've grown quite a lot over the past years and they actually have courses now. So let's talk about that. Basically, their course runs every quarter with the next one starting in February 2023, and we also have limited spaces to really allow you to get the best one-on-one support and live with a handful of knowledge and skills. And if you feel overwhelmed by all this knowledge, you will be able to really slow down and walk things through with your mentors, which is why I will choose Dribbble over other design courses. They have a mix of video and live to learn, where you get to work on real world projects and connect with your design mentor one-on-one every week. I know how much the people at Dribbble care about empowering designers from all levels and backgrounds, but you don't have to take my words for it. Just ask directly to the design students that attended the courses. There's a handful of them on the Dribble's website alongside some really cool design portfolios. The next product design course starts on the 20th of February 2023, which is perfect timing because new year, new me, and if you plan to land a design job in 2023, I'm almost certain that this course will allow you to achieve your goals faster. At least this is what I will do if I had to start my product design career over again. I get it's quite a lot of money, but at the end of the day, this is an investment for yourself, your education and career, and at least you know you're in good hands with Dribbble. I seriously cannot recommend them enough. I have all the descriptions and links down below, and thanks again Dribbble for sponsoring today's video. In 2019, I got my first product design job at a tech company called Crunch. Before then, I worked part-time as a graphic designer and part-time freelance, but that's a different story that I documented in this other video. So the design team at Crunch wasn't as established as I had hoped, and the role of the product designer wasn't quite clear either. For the first 6 to 9 months, I designed the landing pages for the website, and since there wasn't a graphic designer in-house, guess who was doing all the graphics? Then I finally joined a product team and started to work on their accounting software. So working at a small company means you wear different hats, and sometimes you have to push yourself beyond your job description. And actually, during my time at Crunch, I had the chance to leverage my skills in various disciplines such as UX research, usability testing, and front-end development as well. And I also got to build the design system from scratch in Adobe XD. I'm not kidding, we use Adobe XD. 2 years later, I joined a company called FreeAgent. I got a few job offers, but ultimately I chose the one with the most mature design culture. And having a dedicated research and design system team was also a factor that contributed to my choice, because this shows that the company is serious about design. And I remember feeling more in line with where I wanted to be in my career, and I finally had the support and structure I had been craving for years. Now at this point, my job was purely product design orientated. I was no longer doing research, testing, design system or coding, although my previous experience made me more aware of how these other departments operate. Hence, I could collaborate and support them in a way that maybe wouldn't have been possible if I didn't learn how to do their job myself. Then 9 months later, I came across a very exciting job opportunity at one of my dream companies. I've always been intrigued by big tech. I love having a huge impact on millions of people worldwide and being part of something revolutionary and exciting. Although the transition from small company to big company wasn't quite as straightforward as I wished it would be, large enterprises operate very differently, and it took me a hot minute to wrap my head around this new way of working. So if you're looking to make the transition from a small to a large company, I suggest focusing on these things, which I didn't do at my previous jobs. So the first one is documentation. Documenting your design work and reading documentations from from engineers and PMs is a vital skill for designers in big tech. Also, you will probably be working with other designers on the same project, so make sure you document and share your work with your team. The second one is data. Data is actually key for any company at scale, and large companies have tons of data to drive their decisions. Understanding A/B testing, qualitative data, and experimentation are key to setting you up for success. Now, let's look at the differences between small companies and enterprises. Working for a small company means that you get to know everyone at a deep level, and because of that, you can feel more connected and loyal to the people you work with. And this is something you may not get in a large org. Your responsibilities as a designer will often stretch outside your job description, like research, testing, content design, and front-end development, so that every day will look different and exciting. And another benefit is that you can have a big impact on the success of a project, which will advance you faster in your career and help you reach your career goals even quicker. And actually, when a company recognizes your efforts, you also have a higher chance of getting a promotion. This next benefit can be a bit contradictory, but I do think you have a better chance of a healthy work-life balance at a small company. As it says, it's smaller, meaning processes are more streamlined, communication is faster because less people are involved, and everyone operates in the same time zone. For me, the biggest disadvantage of working at a small company is no clear career advancement for product designers. This happens for two reasons. One, you don't have a manager or a lead to help you progress in your career, and two, the process of up-leveling is so long and slow that you might be better off finding a more senior role elsewhere. And if you want to pursue the management path, you probably have more chances in a large org. However, if the company is scaling fast, you could potentially become the first design manager, so don't exclude that option. And another downside is being enabled to learn and grow through your peer feedback and support. You can still reach out to your product team when there's nobody else to bounce ideas off. However, you might not get the in-depth design feedback you're after. In contrast, a bigger company means a bigger pool of talent, and they typically attract the best of the best. This means that you will have the opportunity to learn from people who are experts in their field, which is great for your professional development. And generally, enterprises have the most diverse teams, which means you work with a broad range of people from all over the world. And if, like me, English is your second language, this is gonna make you feel more integrated and comfortable at work. Large organizations have more opportunities to develop and grow thanks to the high volume of job opportunities and career progression framework as well. This means you can also be moved across teams and work on a completely different product within the same company. An enterprise offers employees extra perks from gym memberships to free on-site meals and social events. While this shouldn't be the driving force behind where you choose to work, we do contribute to the overall experience and your day-to-day life in the workplace. So here we come with the disadvantages. The first one is because of the organizational layer and the high number of people involved in each project, your contribution may produce less company impact. In other words, you have less influence on the success of a project. And this is a trade-off, right? Your influence is lower, but it will impact more individuals, which is the opposite of working at a smaller company where you have a higher stake, but the audience is much smaller. And another con is tech companies often react to market or business challenges by making tough decisions that frequently involve layoffs or hiring freezes. These decisions may impact your work and your team, but unfortunately you are not in control of them. We often hear this in the news referring to big tech. However, small companies are not immune to the situation. It just doesn't make it to the news. I didn't mention salaries in this video because there isn't a clear indicator of what type of company pays the most. In my experience, salaries are much higher at big tech companies for many reasons. like they have more clients, investments, resources, plus their offices are often located in big cities like San Francisco, Silicon Valley, and London for my UK folks, where the cost of living is much higher. Likewise, it is well known that people work longer hours, which explains high salaries and generous perks like on-site meals and private healthcare. I'm not gonna lie guys, I almost forgot to film this part. At the beginning of this video, I promised I'll tell you if big tech is better than a smaller company based on my personality and career goals. So moving forward with my career, I want to keep working in big tech. I love to work for a well-known established brand. Those products help several thousand customers worldwide. I want to work on products I love and use daily like Spotify, Instagram, Audible, Strava, YouTube, and the list goes on and on. But I'm also excited to work for companies that are doing great things for the planet and the people regarding sustainability and climate change. Although I'm not excluding mid-sized companies, those values and mission resonate with mine as long as they have an established and respected design culture. Overall, I'm grateful for all the opportunities I have had so far, and I'm excited to see what future holds or where my career will take me. At the end of the day, the choice of which company to work for is something personal, and it all depends on your preferences and what works best for you as well. So which company would you prefer to work for? Leave everything in the comments and be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the next video. Ciao!